Well, a very good afternoon, everybody, and happy Tuesday to you. Thanks so much for taking time out of your busy day to join us today. My name is Sandy Elson, and on behalf of the travel professional community and travelprofessionalnews.com, I want to welcome all of you to today's webinar. We have a really helpful and exciting presentation for you today, hosted by Passport Online. Passport Online is the industry leader in delivering comprehensive digital marketing solutions to travel agents. This includes websites, email marketing tools, and social media programs, all geared to work for and with the travel agent community. Our speaker today is Amanda Cabeceras, Social Media, Business Development, and Marketing Coordinator for Passport Online. Amanda's topic today is a very timely one, and that is digital marketing in the travel industry. And I know we're all excited to hear Amanda talk about that topic. Before we get started, a reminder that we welcome your questions. You can type in your questions at any time in the question area you see on the right-hand panel of your screen. When Amanda has finished her presentation, we'll get to as many questions as we can. So now I'm going to turn the microphone over to Amanda so she can get started. Welcome, Amanda.
Thank you, Sandy. Thanks for having us. We are excited as always. I feel like we haven't had a webinar with you guys in a little while, so
Yeah,
we're
it's been a
excited to
little
kind
while.
of
Yeah, we're
chat
excited
about
as
something
well.
new.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks everybody also for joining us. If you've joined us in any of the previous webinars, we've talked quite a bit about websites, social media, how to integrate those efforts. But today we're going to take a little bit of kind of a different approach to the same kind of topic, and we're actually going to talk more specifically on how to use different tools to successfully create a digital marketing campaign. So this is a really big topic, so kind of what we're going to do is just look at it from a really high level, talk a lot about digital marketing and then the different components of it. So this will kind of be the beginning of many different conversations we're having about this, but just look at this kind of the introduction to this. So at this point, you're no doubt aware of the need for an effective digital marketing strategy. In today's ultra-competitive marketplace, digital marketing is more important than ever. A good digital marketing strategy can really help boost your online visibility and ultimately help potential customers find your company on Google and other popular platforms. So today we're going to cover, like I said, the basics, and we're going to start with an overview of digital marketing, and then we're going to discuss some of the most common mediums and what it kind of looks, what some objectives are and things like that. And then those mediums we're going to discuss specifically, we're going to talk about websites, SEO, social media, and then finally email marketing. So let's go ahead and get started with digital marketing. So what is digital marketing? It's kind of a term that we all use, but I don't know if it's something, you use it and you kind of have an idea of it, a more abstract idea. But so at a high level, digital marketing refers to advertising delivered through digital channels such as search engines, websites, social media, email, and mobile apps. Digital marketing is the use of new media to market a brand, a product, an organization, or so on. So new media, what we're talking about again is going to be those search engines, websites, social media. Digital marketing relies solely on the internet, and it's really used as a promotional tool or place to retrieve information and to educate the public. So there are a lot of benefits of digital marketing, and some of them include time and effort savings. With digital marketing, changes can be made instantly and easily. In traditional print marketing, if you print a flyer and you've made a mistake, you need to change it, you'll have to reprint all of those. And it does take a lot more time. I know whenever we do a print job here, it kind of slows me down for the whole day to get everything kind of taken care of. So there's a lot of time and effort savings. Changes are quick and easy. On that also, it's economical. It saves you money because there are so many programs available to help you. And then also you don't need to throw away old collateral and materials and things like that. So even if the information on your website is out of date, you don't need to delete your website and start over. You can just make a couple of changes and things like that. So it's economical, it's impactful. Creating a coordinated message is really great for engagement. And what I mean by that is your website, your social media, your email marketing. It all has a coordinated message. It allows you to be graphic, it allows you to use videos, different things like that, which really leaves an impact on your customer. And there's also flexibility. The rules of digital marketing are pretty loose. You have the ability to try so many different things since the cost and time are low. You can try different, different campaigns and strategies for different audiences. There's really no kind of limit to what you can try and do, which is really cool. You also have a real-time analysis, so you can immediately see what's working, as opposed to kind of traditional print media where you have to, wait and see who calls and if anybody calls and things like that. With this, it's immediate. You can see who liked your post, how many people liked your post. You can set up tracking to see how many people clicked the link that you included in an email and so on. So there's real-time analysis. Oftentimes, if you're using some sort of reporting tool, you can also see kind of a real-time snapshot of what's going on. And then with that, you also get instant feedback. People can respond immediately. Either they can respond to your email, they can respond to your Facebook post, they can call, but they don't need to, take the letter home and bring it, wait till they have time and different things like that. It's just an instant connection. So those are all the benefits of digital marketing. And then to get started with digital marketing, it's best to kind of determine your objective. So it's kind of tricky. So it's one thing to just say, like, I need to be better at digital marketing, but my best advice for you would be to kind of begin with the end. So maybe you don't need to do email and social media. Maybe you can do a little bit of everything, but begin with the end. And what I mean by that is decide what your goal is first. So it's easy to just say, like, I need to do better at digital marketing, but what does that mean? So determine your goal. What is your goal? Is it to expand an email database? Is it to generate more traffic to your website? Is it to increase leads? Is it to increase conversion rates of leads? Pick a goal, and you can have a couple goals, but each goal that you pick will have a different road to get there. So if it's to generate traffic, you might build a campaign about sending people to find something on your website, different things like that. If it's to increase leads, your campaign's going to be more sales-oriented and a little bit of a harder sale. So first things first is, what do you want to get out of it? Before you even think of what channels you're going to use or what roads you'll go down, think about what you want to get out of it. So after that, decide how you're going to track it. So how are you going to measure success? So is it just that your phone rings a couple times and we call that a win, or how are we going to put some parameters around measuring actual success of this? Is it going to be how many links get clicked, how many leads you get, the lead conversion, things like that? There's not really a right answer for this, which is kind of the cool part and the challenging part. So it's, just start here. So again, begin with the end. What do I want out of this? So, for me, I want to increase my leads. So what am I going to do with that? I'm going to build a marketing campaign based around, kind of a sales push and things like that. And then I'm going to use a new database of customers and see how many leads I get in. And then I'm going to decide how I'm going to track that. So start with those pieces and then start kind of looking your way around and kind of decide which medium is going to be the best avenue for you to do this. So the most common digital marketing mediums are search engines, websites, social media, mobile apps, and email marketing. We're actually going to focus on 4 of them. So we're going to talk about websites, SEO, social media, and email. So we're going to get into that right now, and then you can see kind of maybe what you're already doing, what you could improve upon, how we at Passport Online could help you. So let's get into it, and we'll start with websites. So the cornerstone of your digital marketing efforts should really be your website. Your website acts as your digital shop or your home base. In order to be really successful, you should have a great website. And getting people to visit and just getting people to show up and look at your website is too small of a goal. Obviously, you want your website to produce some sort of response. A couple elements of an effective website. catch up with myself, a homepage that immediately engages visitors. So here's an example of one of our website programs. It's a kind of like a mini host IC program right here. So this is engaging. It's simple to use. People can look at it. There's really cool pictures that kind of draw you in. So a homepage that immediately engages visitors. Your website should also have simple navigation and clear directions. So again, really simple navigation up here. Here's some more simple navigation down here. It should be easy for people to find what they're looking for, and that's kind of something I can't stress enough. An easy-to-use content management system to power a frequently updated website. So let me show you an example of this. We're going to get a bit more into kind of content in the next slide and how that helps you. But I'm going to use a real live example of this. So a content management system would be kind of somewhere that houses all of this information. So when we think of content on a travel agency website, it's often going to be like itineraries, trips, different things like that. So you need to have somewhere that houses that and keeps it updated. So all of our websites, let's see what's in here, has a content library essentially. So we get content from over 100 different suppliers, and we have that integrated into all of your websites. You get to choose your suppliers, you get to choose your preferences and things like that. But there's also a content management system that is kind of a back-end tool that's available for you to go in and look at. But it is frequently updated, which also keeps your website up to date so you don't have expired offers, and then constantly updated information also helps you with your SEO ranking. And so this is kind of what that content would look like. We'll get into that a little bit more and it'll make a little bit more sense. Free, valuable information that does not require any risk or commitment. So again, we get back to this, and this is kind of just a shopping tool, right? So people can look at this content. I can just browse. I'm doing this from home. I can look at what offers you have available. And the really cool part about this is that you can see here, I've got so many offers available that people aren't going to need to go check, those third-party sites and things like that. They'll be able to stay here and use this as kind of a shopping, window shopping browsing tool, which is kind of cool. And then also interactive features for searching, shopping, and sharing content. So again, back to here one last time for this slide. I'm performing a search. All of this is interactive. I can put in as much information as I have. I can get results. And then I'm able to control these results. I can filter by cruise type. I can filter by brand, budget, destination, things like that. So it's a really straightforward search tool that has so much flexibility. And that's what you want your customer to have, because once they kind of hit a wall, they're likely to bounce off of your site. But if you can continue kind of providing them information, that will keep them on your site. And that itself is just kind of a digital marketing tool. And now, so we're going to go to content. In the information age, people use the internet to find information. And there's no question that they're going to find it, and they're going to find it fast. So pretty much anything you need, if you're looking for a sailing to the Caribbean, you're going to be able to find it on the internet. The goal is to have it be your content that the customers are finding. So one of the ways to really stand out is to have that amazing content, have reliable content, accurate content, things like that. Like I mentioned, in the travel industry, content will generally equal trips, itineraries, and you need to make sure this content is all-inclusive. It has everything, ever-changing and always up to date. And you can really offer content that customers are looking for. Develop and promote information assets. So have information available on your site and share that with your customers. Offer helpful content, so that can be, either just the shopping tool, but it also can be, some tips or a blog or things like that. Make the content informative, same as before. And then better content will attract a bigger audience. So again, you have all of this content here, but it kind of goes beyond that. So I'm on the cruises page. There's a little bit of information about cruises here. Same with river pages. There's information. This is cool. It's interactive. Vacations, there's some reading information. And then resources, here's more helpful information. So again, it's having this content that people can use and interact with, but also has everything that they need right here at their fingertips to keep them on your site, which is really the goal. So next step is SEO, which kind of rolls into this content stage of this. So you've built a really cool dynamic website, but now what? How do you get people to you? And this is where SEO comes in. So we could and should and probably will have a whole webinar on just SEO. It's such a big topic and there's so many things you can do with it. You know, there's people whose whole jobs are based off of building SEO. So this is going to be pretty high level and just some kind of basic information and some tips and things like that. Hopefully it gets you a little bit more familiar, maybe gives you the tools to ask the right questions to somebody who's helping you with SEO. So what is SEO? SEO stands for search engine optimization. Whenever you enter like a search into a search engine and hit enter, you get a list of web results that contain that searched item. So users normally tend to visit websites that are at the top of the list because they perceive those to be more relevant. So either more trustworthy, more accurate, things like that. People generally don't go off the first page. You know, if you think about your own kind of consumer search behavior, you're less likely to search onto page 2 or 3 or 4 even sometimes. It's like not super likely to think that you will. We're just kind of pre-programmed to believe that the best information is on the home page. And so SEO comes in because it improves the odds of someone finding your company. It helps you rank higher. And online visibility can help your credibility and brand awareness. So there's a lot of factors that go into SEO. It depends on a ton of factors and algorithms created by search engines. Some of it's just kind of length of time your website's been around. Some of it is, you know, your site being deemed a trustworthy site, different things like that. So there's over 200 factors that are used by Google to rank a page and how it will decide. 82% of the search users click on, 82% of search users click on organic links. Those are ones that are not targeted by ads. And most users will not go beyond the first page of search results, like I stated. And SEO can increase the leads and brand authority, but it does take a lot of time and effort. Again, there's 200 factors used by Google to rank a page. So it's not just like I want to be good at SEO, turn on SEO on my website. There's quite a bit of kind of grunt work that goes into it. So how do you get good at SEO? So it's definitely challenging. If you have a web developer or someone that works on your website, they can definitely help you with some tips and tricks. I know that there's a lot of companies out there that specialize just in SEO. But here's just kind of a few tips and things to show you, and maybe some key terms that are hopefully going to give you a little bit of tools to kind of feel more confident in having these conversations about SEO and things like that. So the first place to start is keyword research. So basically, keywords are the words that will pop, so that a user is going to use to put into a search engine that might make them find your travel agency. So is it just travel agency? Is it travel agency that specializes in the Caribbean? Travel agency in Portland, Oregon? Figure out, do that keyword research. So how do people search? What's your competition level? So when you're finding yourself, what else is showing up? And when you do it, stick to 2 to 4 word phrases. That's kind of how the most common user searches. So next up are on-page factors. So this gets a little bit deeper, and I'm going to try to explain all of this the best that I can, and I do have some visuals as I get into this. So Passport Online does have a couple different website programs, and all of these SEO tools we're going to look at are actually built into our website programs. So the examples that we're going to look at, they are kind of the internal side of a Passport Online website, just to kind of give you a little bit of information on that. Those are tools that just kind of come with it, but I hope that it makes it a little bit easier to understand. So some of the on-page factors that help increase your SEO are page titles, and that really just is as simple as it sounds. Here's your page title right here. Your page title is going to be tagged with a heading tag, and I'll show you what that looks like also. Page titles are one of the most important SEO factors on your site, Each of your pages and posts should have its own unique title, which includes the main keywords for that page. So for example, you could write a blog post about a new chocolate cake recipe that you have tried, and it's therefore vitally important that you include chocolate cake recipe within your post title. You can get creative. You can say easy chocolate cake recipe or chocolate cake recipe for kids, or etc. But this way, when someone searches for chocolate cake recipes in a search engine, your post has a better chance of showing up because you've included those keywords. So this has a better chance of showing up to somebody searching for cruises. It'd be better to get more specific if you could too. If this page was Caribbean cruises, that'd be even better. Next up is keywords in the content. So here I've highlighted some keywords that might help. So basically how kind of Google works and things like that is it's constantly searching and combing and reading your website, and it's basically has crawlers all over your website looking at all of the words and pulling up your keywords and things like that. So including relevant keywords throughout your content is super important, as it helps search engines work out what your content is about. They don't know, so they do their tests and they do things like that. So keywords make it really important. You want to try to not excessively repeat or overuse a keyword just for the search engine robot, but you can get creative as far as how you do it. You can use like a thesaurus to find out a new way to say the same thing. But those are what those keywords would look like. Heading tags, this is a little bit more advanced. This is kind of the source of this website that we're looking at. So heading tags are used by search engines to determine what's important within your context, and they'll be usually marked with H1, H2, H3. So if you've ever worked with any sort of like code at all, a little bit of HTML, heading tags are just that. So again, it's just to kind of show you what's happening behind the scenes to help your rankings. And then image tags are the next thing. So basically image tags are an alternative text for your image. So, you know, Google doesn't know that this is a photo of Alaska. We've altered it, we've changed it, we've uploaded it. It doesn't have that title of being Alaska anymore. But if I give it an alternative text and I've tagged this as Alaska, now Google recognizes this as a photo of Alaska, so again, it's just more tagged content. So again, all of these tools we just looked at are available in the Passport Online websites to kind of support you with your success of SEO. So the second thing that's important is link building. So again, internal and external links. Internal links are links that live in the text of your website, and external links are links from other websites to kind of help with your validity and things like that. So links in the text, what I mean by that is these right here. This is actually a link to more content. So it's just giving Google more things to hold on to and more things to search and things like that, which really helps build your reputation with Google and rank higher. So what does all that equal? Improved rankings, better visibility, increased traffic, and ultimately more leads and sales. So again, this is pretty high level. Hopefully this gives you a little bit of a really baseline insight of what people are talking about when they're talking about some of the pieces that go into SEO. I know it's a big, overwhelming kind of collection of facts and information that seem kind of hard to break into, but here's kind of just some really basic information for you. So next we're going to move into social media, which everyone's a little bit more familiar with and is a little bit easier to talk about. Social media, at this point, it's not a trend, it's not going anywhere. Social media might not even be a good name anymore for what it is. Social media is how we share ideas. We've forever been social creatures, but now we have to say, now what we have to say is documented and amplified like crazy. You know, a tweet could carry the power of a Super Bowl commercial. It goes viral. Everybody's talking about it. It can be a Yelp review. It can be a blog comment, a photo, an event update, whatever it might be. Social media brings power to the people, which is such a cool thing. And it's important to remember that somewhere somebody is going to consume your message and they're going to take it to heart. They're listening. So take social media seriously. If you're not super comfortable with social media yet, start simple. Learn your way around Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn. Facebook probably has the lowest barrier to entry, and it just comes programmed with really easy tools for just about anybody to use. And then in the digital marketing game with social media, your goal is to identify where prospects exchange information. So you want to engage them there. So figure out what I mean by that. Figure out where your customers are and engage with them there. We found our business at Passport Online, our customers are on Facebook. We try to be present on other social media platforms, but we have found that we reach more of our customers, and not necessarily new customers, but existing customers. We communicate with them best on Facebook. So that's where they exchange information, and so we choose to engage with them there. That helps us build more connections than we could ever imagine and really expand our reach. Getting good at social media will really serve you well. Social media doesn't cost a lot of money, which is the coolest thing. So social media marketing, what is social media marketing? It's a form of internet marketing that utilizes social networking websites as a marketing tool. The goal of social media marketing is to produce content that users will share with their social network to help a company increase brand exposure and broaden customer reach. So again, if we're going back and we're kind of setting our objectives and we're looking at our goals, if my goal is to increase brand exposure and broaden my customer base, I'm going to go to social media to do it. So then I've already decided what my medium is. I know that Facebook has built-in analytical tools for me to use right there. So my measurement's going to be how many customers am I reaching with each of my Facebook posts, and how many new likes am I getting on every, my page every week, and things like that. So there's lots to do right there. And some of the advantages of social media, again, I apologize, I could talk about social media all day long, so I'll try to stay focused on this. Increased brand awareness, more inbound traffic, again, so more people are coming, more people are seeing you. Social media actually helps increase your SEO ranking. So again, so SEO is really looking for validity. They're making sure that you're authentic, all of those things, and social media helps with that. Higher conversion rates, this just helps you stay present and around and lets people see, and leads are easier to kind of generate there. Better customer satisfaction. Since you have that instant connection with your customers, you're able to talk with them. If you're a member of our ESP Facebook group, which is for our customers of our social media product, they share a lot of information in there. Some of it, sometimes they have questions, sometimes they've got feedback, sometimes it's not always, positive, or they want to see something different. But this allows us to have access to our customers in a way that's like instant, and we want to hear that feedback, and so it helps us kind of turn around better customer satisfaction, which is our end goal. We want these products to be usable. And then hopefully improve brand loyalty as well, and then more brand authority, so you have more control over it. So the 6 steps to master social media: you want to make your profile attention-grabbing, choose something interesting that expresses your personality, and write a short, interesting bio that contains keywords for your industry. Consistency is key. Building a brand is all about staying consistent. Use the same username, image, and bio across all of your social media accounts to help users remember you. We just recently updated our banner image on our Facebook page, and we made sure that we did it in our Facebook groups and on our Twitter and things like that. So just stay consistent. Create content regularly. Can't stress that enough. If you're asking people to go check out your social media as your kind of platform to digital marketing, they need to have something to look at. You need to make sure that you have content there. And then engage with your followers. Take time to respond to comments and questions. Be present. It's such a kind of a free opportunity to really just be in the trenches and understand what people are talking about. And if there's questions or negative feedback or anything like that, it's your opportunity to publicly address it. And that lets other people see maybe they had the same question, or it helps them see how you handle the situation like that. So engage with your customers and take advantage of the fact that it's public. And then follow recent trends on social media. It's totally okay to follow trends. share content that fits into popular topics, that's trending, share news, hashtags, holidays. These trends can help you find more followers. That's kind of how hashtags work. Like if you search hashtag vacation, that's a popular hashtag. So if someone searched that, your content has a chance of being seen by a user, which grows your audience. And then try everything. You don't have to stick to one style. Try out new content, topics, titles, social media platforms, and everything you can think of. You don't have to do the same thing everyone else is, and keep track of your results as you try new things. So we actually have a social media product at Passport Online, and one of the really cool things about it is that we get to try everything. And then we get kind of aggregate data back from all of the profiles that we post to. So we have immediate kind of analytics on what's working and what's not working. So we're able to adjust our content to make sure that it's getting the most interaction. So I do want to touch on this product really quickly. It's our ESP product. It's social media posting for travel agents. It's an automated posting service that posts directly to your business Facebook page, posts fun, travel-related content. You can review all the posts ahead of time. Since we do have that data, we're able to kind of time the content perfectly, and then all of the posts are created with the purpose of driving traffic to you. Here are some examples just so you can see what those look like. So again, if you're sitting here and you're kind of overwhelmed and like, man, this girl's giving me a lot of information, where do I start? Getting a product like this would be a really good place to start, because then we can check that off the list for you. So now you've mastered social media, it's done, and we have it. So here are just some examples of some of the cool posts, and again, meant to cause engagement. So I'm going to wrap up by talking a little bit about email marketing. Email has been around for so long, and it's really not going anywhere anytime soon. It's the quickest and most direct way to reach customers with critical information. People subscribe to your list, they're part of your mailing lists, and the reason is simple. Consumers are, trained to check email. We're attached to our email. I bet many of you have checked email while we've been on this webinar, and that's just kind of what we do. So great marketers know that not just any email will do. Successful email campaigns have to be engaging, relevant, informative, and entertaining. So it is kind of hard. I think people feel intimidated by email marketing because maybe they don't have design experience, or they don't know what you're supposed to email, or how do you even get started. Let's talk about some of the basics though. So what is email marketing? What do I mean when I say that? So email marketing is directly marketing a commercial message to a group of people using email. This is going to be sales, it's going to be information, engagement. It involves sending ads, request business, and to solicit sales or donations. And it can be done to cold list or current customer databases. That's kind of what's cool about that. You can send an email specifically to your customers that went on a cruise last winter. You can send an email specifically to the customers that kind of sent in some inquiries and never got back to you. So you can choose your databases, and emails are intended to build loyalty, build trust, and then create brand awareness. So a couple of the secrets to success with email marketing: use the right tools. You don't need to have any sort of technical design skills to build a cool email. There's a lot of automated tools that are available for you, and you can use a lot of those. So like Constant Contact's a really good one. MailPound, Passport Online has an email tool. There's so many automated tools out there that are meant for users of all levels. So use the right tools. Test your deliverability. Are your emails getting caught in spam? Are customers opening them? Figure that out. See where these are going, because it's a lot of time and effort on your end if people aren't even actually getting them because there's something that your email provider is being marked as spam or something along those lines. Segment your audience, like I was talking about earlier. Choose different audiences for different email groups. An email to a family might be different than an email to newlyweds, for example. And then get your timing right. Learn the best right day and time. Like I know if you send out an email on Friday afternoon, it's likely to get lost or buried unless it's something that someone's waiting for. Send them out an email Monday when they're sitting down and fresh for the day. Even better, Tuesday once they've had time to sort through all the emails. And then finally, track, analyze, and adjust. Review your results and try again. The things that worked well, lean into those a little bit further. The things that didn't work so well, just try something new. The secret to success is kind of broad, and that's kind of the coolest part about digital marketing is that it allows you to really try a lot of different things and find your success with your customer base. Um, Email marketing with Passport Online. So we do have a new email marketing tool that is available. It's currently available to all of our website customers at no additional charge. If you are a website customer and you're curious about this, type email marketing customer in the chat box, and I'll send you a link to a training that we've just done. So we just launched this new program, but basically it's a drag and drop editor program that allows you to create kind of custom offer emails. So really cool, all these images are loaded for you. Each of these are different boxes that you can customize. You can add offers. Here's just a couple examples. So this goes back to use the right tools. This is also professional, they're engaging, they're interesting, all the things that you want it to be. So I'm going to wrap up a little bit, give you a lot of information, but we are here to help. So we have a couple different website programs that can help you knock off, the first portion of my list, which was websites and SEO. Again, we have our Next Site website program, which is we'll build, we'll host, we create this, has SEO capabilities. We can create it to be really engaging, super modern. It does have a setup fee of $250 and is $55 per month. Anyone who's on this webinar that's interested in this website product, we are willing to take off $100 of the setup fee through the 31st of October. So if you sign up through the 31st of October, your setup fee will only be $150. We also have Vacation Port, which, same thing, will take $100 off the setup fee for this. So Vacation Port is for someone who has a website already and is just looking to add some of that content, which again goes back to creating a more robust kind of digital marketing presence on your website and also helps increase your SEO, has all of that content we talked about that's so important. So Vacation Port allows you to integrate just the content if you have a custom website that was built elsewhere. And then if you're not really sure, we also have Next Site Independent. We're really excited to introduce this. It's an affordable website specifically designed for independent contractors. This program has just launched and will combine kind of the modern layout, that really interactive homepage. This is the site we were looking at, all of those powerful shopping tools and that content. It also has all of the image tags and the links and everything like that to help with your SEO. And then so Next Site Independent has a $25 setup fee and it's only $25 per month. So if you want information about any of the website programs, you can actually type website in the question box and we'll have a member of our sales team reach out to you directly to talk about those. And then finally, ESP, which is that social media posting service. It posts 3 posts per day, 7 days per week, and it's $20 per month. So that was a lot of information for everybody. I encourage you to reach out to us at Passport Online. Here's the email address. You can reach me at and phone number. We'd love to answer any of those questions on a kind of slower level. I intend for this webinar to kind of be the first of a series where we really dive into digital marketing. So next time we'll talk about just one of the topics and really dive into it. But again, thank you all for joining us, and we are here if you have any questions.
Thanks so much, Amanda. That was amazing information. If any of our agents on the call wants to ask Amanda a question, now is a good time to type it into the question box. Amanda, you mentioned several different types of digital marketing websites and email marketing, social media. If someone is new to to digital marketing and is a little overwhelmed, a little afraid, is there any one of those arms of digital marketing that's the best place to start for someone who does not have a lot of experience with social media or email marketing?
Yeah, so what I would say is make sure you have a website. The first thing you should do is you have a website. So, social media is really great because it's free and things like that. But the social media platform is kind of ever changing. So I would say put some roots down and get a website. And then from there, build your social media presence, build a social media, and then make sure that those two pieces just connect to each other. So have links to your social media on your website and have links to your website on your social media. Put links to both of those in your email signatures, things like that. And then before you know it, you've kind of, without a ton of effort, already begun kind of building your digital marketing presence. So I would say start with a website, follow that up immediately with social media, and let people find you.
Okay, fantastic. If talking about social media, and you said to find out where your clients are or your potential clients, you also said that Facebook is the easiest to engage in to begin with. I have had some clients who are very intimidated by Facebook. They think
Mm-hmm.
it's very intrusive. What's your reaction to that?
I think that Facebook is one of those things where it's kind of like a necessary evil in some capacity too. You know what I mean? Like most everyone is on Facebook, and whether they're depending on their level of engagement, that can totally vary. I think that why Facebook is good is because it does have the most number of followers amongst all of the different platforms. And then if you get comfortable with the tools, you do have quite a bit of control over who's engaging with you and what you're doing as far as that goes. But without a lot of experience or kind of skill, the Facebook tools kind of on a basic level are pretty easy to use as far as starting that business page for the first time and seeing who's liking your pages, and their reporting is pretty good. There's a lot you can do the more and more you get comfortable with Facebook, but at just like a really basic level, it kind of gives you everything you need as far as like it allows you to share the content, it allows you to see who's liking your stuff and grow organically. So you don't need to have a lot of experience, and you don't need to really even put a lot of time into it. So the barrier to entry is pretty low, I guess was kind of what I meant by that.
One of our agents wants to know if you find there is a benefit to boosting your Facebook posts.
That's a really good question. So I actually do, and I'm going to say that with caution. So we have a that Facebook group that I talked about that has members that are basically customers of our ESP products. There's a couple thousand agents in there, and they share a lot of their success stories and or tips or ask questions, things like that. So what a lot of agents do is they'll actually pick one post a week and they'll boost it, and they'll spend a really small amount of money, like $5. I would say don't spend more than that. And they'll boost a post at the beginning of the week, and then they'll actually see kind of an organic increase in their reach of their post throughout the rest of the week. So if that's maybe a secret of the Facebook algorithm, like you give a little and they help you a little and it kind of helps you continue going. I'm not sure what exactly it is, but they found by spending a very small amount of money boosting one or two posts a week, the rest of their posts do overall better.
Oh, that's an interesting thing to observe. That's wonderful. Um,
Yeah.
uh, it, on Facebook, again, do you need, if you want to use Facebook to market your business, do you need a separate business page from your personal page?
That's totally up to you. Technically, no, I would recommend it just so you can keep it separate. I think that that's probably the best thing to do. If you were going to use a product like ESP, we have to post to a business page. There's just more flexibility as far as analytics and tracking and reporting. Your personal page doesn't give you anything like that, so you just have a number of friends and you know how many friends you have, and that's kind of it. You can obviously still see who likes and comments, but you don't have the boosting posts on your personal page. There's a lot more limitations. The analytics are different. So I would say if you're going to start one, I would definitely recommend starting a business page because you can't change it later.
Oh, that's interesting.
So even if you're just kind of starting out and you aren't sure, I would recommend spending that little bit of time and getting it set up as a business profile, because that way I've heard of people who are totally, they need to change it, they need to move it over, and they lose followers and they don't get to have their engagement, different things like that. So I'd say if you have the ability, start a business page.
With your ESP product, if you have a niche for your travel business, is there a way to filter out posts that don't have to do with your particular niche?
Yeah, so we get that question a lot, actually. So I would say, okay, so a future enhancement of the product would be to do just that, to say, I only sell cruises, so I just want to do cruise posts. But one thing that we kind of do to get around it, so it might not be necessarily a picture of a cruise ship, but it'll be a destination that a cruise goes to. And we try to be pretty inclusive, and there's a lot of just really cool destination information. There's a lot of posts that are meant to encourage engagement, like would you rather do A or B? And they might not be anything that falls into your niche, but they're still kind of travel related in a way that's inclusive. So I would say if you're curious about how it works with your particular business, happy to give you some examples so you can kind of see what I mean by that. And then the second part to that is that all of the posts, so every Friday, I actually queue the posts up to your dashboard through the following Sunday. So you have a little over a full week's worth of posts that go live every Friday. And you can actually go in and preview all of them ahead of time. So if there's one that just totally doesn't fit, you can actually block it. We find that a lot of posts don't get blocked. Sometimes people choose to edit it, which is another option you can do. You can edit the copy of the post to tailor it a little bit more specifically, but it just kind of gives you a really good place to start.
Okay, that's wonderful. One last question, and to our agents, if you think of a question that after this webinar is over, Amanda has put up her phone number and email address, so do get in touch with Passport Online, and they'll be happy to help you. Amanda, does ESP post only to Facebook? And if so, can agents use that post on Twitter and other types of social media?
So just based off of the way that the tool functions, we only post directly to Facebook. There are ways to set up your Facebook so that your posts go automatically to Twitter and to LinkedIn, and we can kind of show you those steps. And then you are also able to just use those posts and post them anywhere else you would like. So we have a lot of agents who post them on Instagram, different things like that. So Facebook allows you to set up automatic posting to Twitter and LinkedIn, but then you are welcome to go in and use them on other social media platforms as well.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
One last question that just came in. One of our agents wants to know, does ESP ever experience a disconnection or disconnection issues with Facebook's security?
So that actually is a good question. About 6 months ago, we were having a lot of trouble with the updates Facebook was making to their security and their API. So we actually kind of changed the way we were doing things internally to kind of work around those troubles. And then our team actually went through the developers and basically rebuilt the product to work really seamlessly within the requirements of Facebook in the Facebook API. So basically, we're an app that has approval to do this through Facebook. We get it directly from them. And then with that, they give us kind of a set of rules to follow and a little bit of technology to work along with. So when Facebook started making all of the changes, and I know a lot of people ran into some frustrating stuff across the board, our team was able to kind of ultimately build a stronger product and a more secure product, but eliminate those issues of running into those problems with Facebook. So it was a was a bit of a headache, but turned out to be a really big win for all of our customers.
That is fantastic. Amanda, this has been just so interesting and useful and valuable. Thank you. This has been
Oh,
terrific.
thank you.
Our host today for our webinar has been Passport Online, and our wonderful speaker has been Amanda Cabaceras, Social Media, Business Development, and Marketing Coordinator for Passport Online. Again, Amanda, thank you so much for all this great information.
Yeah, thank you again for having us. It was wonderful speaking to you all today. Thank you.
And I want to add my thank you to the agents on this call. We appreciate your taking time out of your day to join us today and get all this wonderful information. So I hope you have an enjoyable remainder to your day, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.